Please wear eye protection while doing a screen repair. First, you will need to pry open the existing broken glass from your iPad.
What we're actually using to pry up the glass from the iPad 2 is a very small pointed razor blade. We got this variety at Home Depot, but you can get them at Walmart as well. But they do the best at actually getting under and prying away those little pieces of glass. You'll also notice two other tools that we're using for the repair. One is a blue plastic pry tool, which you'll need for some of the more sensitive parts of the inside of the iPad as you're taking it apart, and then the metal pry tool, which is very useful for prying open the glass once you get it to a point where you can lift up a huge portion of the glass. That's very helpful to have. Both of these tools are available with our screen repair kit from iPadscreenrepair.com, as well as the glass and the adhesive that you need to actually complete the repair. Once you have 3 out of the 4 sides of the glass opened up, you can actually lift up the entire panel and detach it from the frame. And it's okay if there's a couple other pieces of glass that you've got left around the frame. You can go back through once you've got the LCD out and get any other small pieces of glass detached from the frame. Next, we're using a small Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 4 screws from the 4 corners of the LCD frame. Now you'll see us using the plastic pry tool to get the LCD out of the frame, and then we're going to use that same tool to detach the locking clip or locking mechanism that fastens the CD cable to the motherboard. Next, you'll see 2 small screws in the bottom left-hand corner of the frame holding in a small metal piece that keeps the motherboard from moving around or sliding up. You'll just need to take out 1 screw and then rotate it to the right as you've seen us do. Then you can flip up each of the locks, the plastic locks, hold the digitizer ribbon cable to the motherboard. Next, we can actually attach the new screen digitizer flex cable, slide it into exactly where the old one was. You'll see us doing that here. It's kind of fidgety, but once you get it lined up properly, it should slide in there and stay pretty tight. Then you'll want to take those plastic locks again and flip those down in the way they were when we first opened up the iPad. That locks this ribbon cable in place to the motherboard. Now you'll just want to screw back in that 1 screw that you took out from that metal retaining clip, and screw tight that screw next to it as well. Next, you'll see a little plastic piece that you can pull away from the back side of that flex cable. That exposes the adhesive needed to attach it to that metal board there. Then you'll want to make sure that this little corner crease, as you can see right here, that little ribbon cable goes down into that crease. As you see, there should also be some adhesive on that piece that keeps it in that corner there. Then you can put the LCD back on in the same way that you took it off. Make sure that locking mechanism locks back in place, and then you can put the LCD back in and then replace the 4 screws that were in the 4 corners using the small Phillips head screwdriver. Next, you'll see us prying off the old home button assembly from the back of that glass. And there's 2 pieces here, the actual home button and then a bridge that goes over the top of the home button. You see us holding this here. You just have to use that razor blade tool to get under it and get each of them out.
Then you want to place it on the new back of the glass in the exact same fashion that came off the old. And you'll want to line up that home button to make sure it's level by looking at it on the other side. And then make sure that the bridge over the top is firmly attached. If you have to use some adhesive to get it to stick, make sure it's a very strong attachment. What you'll see us doing here is actually a dry fit. Before taking the back off of the adhesive strips used to attach the new glass to the frame, go ahead and fit that whole glass piece on the top. Make sure that it fits in properly and that the screen functions. Make sure the home button works, because after you actually take that adhesive off and stick it to the frame, it's not going anywhere. You don't want to risk that you did something wrong and then break the glass trying to repair it again. And what you'll see us doing here is just cleaning off that space between the glass and the LCD. Make sure there's no dust particles. We're going to take off that clear film that's on the back of that glass, and then this is the final fitting. So as long as there's no dust particles in between, we're going to fit that on, make sure that the adhesive sticks all the way around. And there you go. That's how you repair an iPad 2 broken glass.